Hey guys, look what I have here. And look at how big this thing is. You know, all credits I'm going to give this to Julie Cuts from Pouring Your Heart Out. Julie, if you're watching this, thank you, which I really doubt it. But those of you that know Julie, I'm sure you've seen on her channel this mold. And she has created these molds and she sells them. I was able to pick one up on her Amazon shop. You know, when I first saw her video and she does it all in metallics, I fell in love. If you don't know, I had got a new house and my walls are still empty, and I've been waiting. I've been dealing with one, a new job, two, I had a torn meniscus, both meniscus in my right knee, so I was kind of MIA for a while. So welcome back, you guys, and thanks for bearing with me while I've been gone. But anyway, now I've finally been able to get down and I want to do things for myself and get things up on my walls and make things that I can kind of display out. And this, when I saw this one a while back ago, I just had to have it. And I'm finally now able to sit down and work on it. So I'm going to somewhat mimic what Julie did, because it was just so gorgeous. What she does is has dusted it with different micas. Like I said, I'm gonna pretty much mimic a lot of what she did, although I am going to add in a little bit of copper. And this is just a small tongue Amazon mica. This is a Let's Resin black cherry. And Let's Resin maple. These are all, except for the copper one here, these are the Let's Resin ones are chameleons. This is also a kind of off-name chameleon that I got on Amazon. It's yellow, orange, red, and you can kind of see the colorings in here. Let me see if I can fix my light a little bit here. You can see a little bit more of the iridescence in that one. And then also another Let's Resin iridescent one or chameleon is gold. So I'm going to use that and just kind of randomly blend them for the leaves. And then when I start getting into the inner parts, again, mimicking Julie, she went into the greens, and it's exactly what I want to do. And I have 3 different greens that I am going to use. One is mint, and you can see the mint kind of pulls golds, and it's a lighter shade. It's more of a glittery kind of color versus how micas can be soft, I guess I want to say, where this has a little bit of glitter tone to it. Yeah, and this one is called Golden, and this is green itself. And those are all Let's Resins. And then I'm gonna show you here. I actually did a little bit of a test on a coaster here just to see what they would look like. This is your green. This is your golden. And this is the mint. There we go. Can you see the mint? It's a lighter shade. Where the middle one, the gold, kind of pull gold, but yet it pulls greens. And where this, the actual green, has a little bit of blue tones to it when you kind of turn around. And these are, I don't recall, I want to say this one's black cherry here. And this one I think is maple, if I recall. And this one here is the yellow, orange, red one. And then this one is gold. So this one on the end here is gold. So yeah, black cherry, maple. Those are really cool. But anyway, these are almost mimicking what Julie has done. She had, I think, a fairy green, which I don't have. So I'm pulling in my mint one. Now, when we get into the center here, Julie did brown, and it's kind of funny because I would want to go a little deeper than what she even did, in which she was even trying to get to was getting a darker. She didn't want to go black, but she, wanted a dark, and that's kind of what I was trying for too. So what I wound up doing, I have TLP Cappuccino, which has a lot of copper tones to it, but yet it's somewhat gold. What I did was I took that and I mixed it with a little black. And I don't have a test to show you what it looks like, but just in the cup, that's what I did. And it's kind of hard. You can't really tell on the bottom of the cup there because that's only pulling the actual brown mica, not mixed with the black. You're only going to see that up on top, in the actual powder, because whatever hits the silicone first is what you're going to show. And obviously I had the brown in there first, so that's why you see that. But I did that, and I also have another one. I believe what I did on this one was coffee, if I recall right. I have my small tongue. No, it wasn't coffee. I think it was brown. Yeah, it was one of these browns that I, again, mixed with black, and I got even a little bit deeper. It's a little, this one has a little bit more of a golden copper color, where this is more of a bronzy brown color. So two different tones, and I'm going to use that, in our center eye of our sunflower. So yeah, I'm going to put you guys on fast forward, and I'm going to show you how I do mine, and let's see how it turns out. As Julia showed you, you want to make sure that you really get in and up underneath with your micas, up in the crevices there. So pay attention, and you can kind of follow along. I'm going to have it on fast forward so you can see as I complete doing this, and we'll see how it turns out. Again, thanks for joining me. If you're new, nice to have you here, and welcome. And to the ones that normally follow me, good to see you again. now that I'm at the end of applying the micas to the mold, as you can see, I really took, well, you can't tell that I took my time, but I did. I took my time really being artistic as possible with getting those micas blended so I would have a really nice array of shifting colors. And this took me a total of about 45 minutes to 1 hour. I didn't time myself. I'm, purely speaking at what I believe it took me. Hey guys, welcome back. It is the next day and we are ready to pour this bad boy. And I just wanted to show you that I am, like I said, using Let's Resin regular epoxy, equal parts of A and B. At one point in time when Julie first sold these and I got it off Amazon, I had questioned on Amazon asking them what was the mLs that it takes, and I believe Julie came back and said she thought it was about 660 mLs. Somebody else came back and said 680 mLs. So I'm just going to be on the safe side, and I'm doing about 700. I can find something else that I can utilize the black for. But, the funny part of it is I never pour big things like this. This is the first time for me. And this was the largest one I had for mixing, which was a 500 ml. So what I did was I used this one to measure to 350. And I found this lovely little Mrs. Fields. I don't want to dump it. I don't want my resin to come out, but it's a Mrs. Fields cookie bucket. And this is what I use to mix it in. And I even had this big boy scoop here, or mixer, whatever you want to call it. And this is the first time that I've put this one to use. So yeah. I wanted to make sure that our resin is right at about 30 cc's. So let's take a look real quick. Hopefully you guys can you see that? Yeah, we're at 31. I don't know if that's showing up on your side or not. But it says we're at 31.6. So yes, we are ready. I mixed it about 15-20 minutes ago. And just, it wasn't quite ready at 15. So I figured I'd wait a little bit. Got my camera all set up here. And then yeah, look at that. We're right at a little over 31. I am using the Eye Candy Kokyo Black. I use this in a lot of my black stuff. I really like it. Gives a nice solid pigment. I am not sure how much to put in here, so I'm just right now using a nice big scoop. And we'll mix that in and see how that goes. Again, this is a first for me. I'm not going to say this is an experiment one for me because well, I guess it could be. I mean, I haven't done it before, but I think I've done enough research on this one and watched Julie enough time to kind of know what I was doing. And yeah, so but when you're doing larger sizes like this, and again, me not ever doing a larger size, I just don't know how much. So you are going to see along with me. Let me scoot this over a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit more as I'm mixing. And we may need more because I want a nice solid. I don't want it transparent at all. I want it solid, or as solid as I can get it. So let's get her mixed up here good, and we'll see if we need to add more. I just got off of work. I've been excited all day at work, knowing that I was going to continue this video. Yeah, I don't know if, can you see that? It's hard to tell against the black, but we definitely need more. So let's get a nice, another big scoop in there. Oops, I don't want to put that in there. Yeah, kind of anticipating what I want to do and how I would get it done. And I think tomorrow is going to be the big fun, is when I can demold it. And tomorrow is Saturday, so I don't work. So I'll be up early in the morning, and we'll be able to post this, hopefully. Because I don't think I'll have much edits on this video. It was pretty straightforward for taping. So the edits will be very minimal, and hopefully I can get this posted and up on YouTube tomorrow night. That is my goal. We'll see. Depends on where life takes me. And nowadays I never know. So, how is everybody today? Hopefully you all are doing well. I had a good day. I think a lot of it was excitement for getting this done. I kept peeking at it. My office that I work from home, so my office, I have a big L-shaped desk. My desk kind of ends over here a little bit, and then it goes all the way down this way, and then it goes to the L down that way. And that's where I have two big monitors, and it's my actual workstation. And then this whole length here on this side is all my playtime. So throughout the day I could kind of come in and peek at my colors, and it was making me so excited. Yeah, I just love the colors and how they turned out. I said that I mimicked Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out, but yet it's similar, but yet mine is still different. And I will link her video in the description below. There we go. I think that looks good. Yeah, I'll link her video in the description below, that you guys can view it yourselves if you wish, if you haven't seen it yet. And you can kind of compare the two. And I'm hoping that I can get her tagged on this one. I'd love for her to see it. But she is one busy lady. Holy crap. The more that I've kind of gotten to know her and seen her videos and a little bit of her life and what she does, and wow, that is one busy lady. So, okay, here we go. Are you ready? I'm so excited. I'm so scared that I'm gonna get like air trapped in these little crevices way down deep inside there. So I'm gonna try to slowly pour and let that go down in there first, a little bit, and see if we can kind of work any bubbles out of it that may get trapped down in there. With using the micas and burnishing them onto the with varnishing, I should have another glove on, but I don't. But anyway, with varnishing them, you can't use alcohol, so that's the only bad thing. So So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of squeeze and drop, and hopefully dislodge any bubble that may be down in there. That's all I can do. Hopefully that's enough to dislodge any of them that are down in there. And again, like I said, I'd hate to, you don't want to spray any alcohol on here, or even, like sometimes you'll, when you have a mold, you'll spray a little alcohol on there first before pouring to try to prevent bubbles, but can't do that in this case. So drop her a few times. If you didn't catch earlier, I don't know when you've come on and you're seeing my video, but I did say that this one I'm making for myself to hang somewhere within my new home. Not sure where yet. But I was even thinking the front door. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out, and then I'll just kind of look around the house and decide where I want it to go. But, when you're doing things for yourself, it's different than when you're doing it for others. And so I'm really kind of, well, even though I'm very conscientious of what I do for other people, don't get me wrong, but I think I can, the first time making things like this, I'd rather make it for myself is what my point is. So if something doesn't turn out, at least that's on mine, and I will know for the next time when making it for somebody else what not to do or what to do. So that was my point of what I was trying to say. Oops, I kind of did a little bloop there. We're getting close. Hopefully my table is level enough. That's the other thing I'm concerned about. Usually this part is fairly level. But I'll watch it. I want to try to, well, look at that. I made 700 and look at that. I'm still able to pour. So you guys are going to find out firsthand exactly how many mLs this mold takes. And right now, the way things are looking, look at that, I'm almost empty. I think it's going to take the full 700 mLs. Alrighty, look at that. I don't know, do I want to scrape it? I just don't want it to go over. That's my thing, my concern. Let's scrape, and we'll get a little bit of it out. And if not, I'll just put, I had a paper towel sitting over here that while it was, after I worked on it last night, what I did was I took this paper towel and I just laid it on top. I didn't want any dust or anything to get in there, so that's how it was sitting all day. And if need be, if it starts to overflow, I'll just grab that paper towel and we'll start dabbing it. Okay, I want to, this kind of went over the edge here. I spilled. Oh, there, it came up pretty good. I do have a little handy wet wipe. I just don't want to have a little crusty, but I guess a little bit of a crusty edge, you know, I can either deburr it or sand it. Either way. So far, so good. Okay, let's torch her. A light torch. Get some of these bubbles out. Okay, we'll stop. I don't want to do this too much, but considering this is larger and has the potential to have more bubbles, just see if we can dislodge as many as possible. I don't want to do my little flame too much because I'm always scared that it's gonna adhere. I don't want to ruin my mold and have it, yeah. I like to do the alcohol, and I will probably do the alcohol in a little bit here. But I figured I'd just kind of hit it up a little bit here and there and give it a chance to pop as many of those bubbles in as possible this way. Because as we know, heat does help a lot. Okay, let me see if I can get this light ring out of here. There. How's that? Can you see better if I do that and then bed it down? Okay, well, we're all poured. There really isn't much more to see. I do have these. I had bought these a while back ago. I don't know, at the hardware store somewhere, probably Home Depot, something like that. Lowe's, who knows? I have a Lowe's right by my house now. So I think I'm going to take one of these, and in a few hours when this hardens up a little bit more, I'm going to take one of these and press it in there. And if you see, it has the, let me see, we'll get you in there. But they have, there we go, the little grooves, so you can hang it on. If you put a nail in the wall, you can hang it. Because like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I still haven't decided. You know, sometimes when I make things, I don't know what I'm going to do with them until I start kind of looking around and decide where I'm going to put it and what. And that was the same for when I was putting the micas in here too. You know, you start off thinking you're going to do one thing, and then you wind up doing another. Like in my center, I don't know if you noticed on the fast forward, I actually took some of the black mica. I kind of showed that up to the camera, but I know it's hard when you're in fast mode. But I took some of the black mica, and in the very center, because I wanted that to be a little bit darker, I randomly kind of put a little of it here and there, and then I added the brown on top, just to give it a little bit more of a deeper, darker appearance. So anyway, I'm going to let this dry, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning when we'll mold. Have a good night. Good morning, my lovelies. And it is the molding day. Hopefully the night lighting isn't too bad. We have rain in right now, so the lighting isn't very good. And my overhead light that's just above me is more of a warm toned light, and it shines right in the middle here. You don't really see anything. So I decided to turn that off and only have my two, I have one here and one here, ring lights. So hopefully you can see this enough. But as you can see, next morning we are ready, but it is still soft and bendy. And I did come back at I think it was about 4 hours later. I was babying it for the first couple hours, as there was actually some larger bubbles that kind of came up. And there's one spot here that you can see I was playing around with it later, towards that 2-hour mark, that made a little bit of a rippled effect as I was trying to fix it there. So lucky it's on the back side, no big deal. But I did at the 4-hour mark put my little bracket in that I was showing you before. And I'm almost kind of regretting doing this because it did stick. It's in there. But my problem is it's still soft and bendy. And if I rest it on its backside, I got this here, so it's going to conform to that, and I don't know. So I think what I'm going to have to do is put it back to let it, do its full cure, put it back laying down inside the mold. The only problem is lining it up the correct way, because, with the way this is made, there's a lot of variations to the different areas. It's not like a total symmetrical same thing. It's very well made. This mold is actually very nicely made. As you can see, it's got a nice supportive back, not only in this way, but all the rings. So it really supports, and it's got a lot of detail. And the details are not like duplicates. They all change. It's different in different spots. So I would have to definitely line it up. You know what I can do? I know what I'm going to do. Since I know this is the top here, to make sure that I lay it back down correctly, what I'm going to do is put how many mLs this holds, so I remember for later. So 700 ml. So that way I can line it up. There, I'll line it up right with this spot, and we should be good. So I know the bracket will stay in there. That way I know I'm having it lay down exactly, and I can put the placement of it where it needs to be. Anyway, with that being said, let's demold. And, it releases very nice so far. Again, my first time using this mold, and a big shout out to Julie again from Pouring Your Heart Out. She does some amazing projects, she does some amazing work, and she makes even more amazing molds. And I don't know if you can hear that now, but my dog is scratching at my door. She's wanting in. But when I tape, actually, I don't let my dogs in my room. Sometimes when I'm working, because as I said, I don't know if you caught earlier, I stated that my office doubles as because I work from home, it doubles as my office and also my studio for playing around with my crafts and my hobbies. And sometimes it can get cold up here, and my feet get cold. So what I do is I have the heating pad, and I lay the heating pad on the floor, and that's how I keep my feet warm, especially during the winter time. And in the upper Midwest, it can get pretty dang cold up here, and I don't like to have the heat really high. Ah, crap! Did you see that? There was a bubble, and part of it didn't form. Dang. I could swear, but I'm not. But we'll try to fix that at some point. I was trying to be so... there's another one. Crud. I was trying to be so careful when pouring to get as much of that resin to go in there first. Oh, that's really a bummer to see that. Oh, another one. Oh, guys, I'm bummed. And another. Grr. That is so sad. Ah, this one's really big. Ah, so frustrated. Well, I'll have to try again and see what I can do to remedy that. Oh, that's really frustrating to see. Can you see that? Look at that one. I mean, the whole thing is the whole tip is gone. There's another. The whole section. And I was trying to be so careful with getting it to go in there first. Hopefully that if I let the resin go in those little edges first, that it would help that, stop that from happening. Anyway, look at the mold. Come out pretty nice and clean. You can see all the detail in this baby. So, like I said, the detail is not the same all the way around. So, let's get that out of the way. And let's at least see how it looks. Ready? Ah, ta-da! Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I would see if I can hopefully fix this with some UV resin. But the colors itself are just gorgeous. Wow. It turned out really beautiful otherwise, if it wasn't for the tips of those. All these down here worked out fine. It's the thinner ones up on top here. These are the ones that had more of the problems. Here's some here, another one there. You can see that. See that one. Come around to this one. This one has just a little tip. This one, the whole tip is gone. This one, really, the whole tip. This one has just a small little bubble to it. This one's just the tip. That one next to it, just the tip. Again, just a little tiny bubble on that one. Yeah. Could be worse. I mean, hey. Other than that, coloring wise, and the project itself, and again, that's not a mold issue. That is, it has to do with your resin and getting your resin down into those spots. So, again, this one is for me, so it's a learning curve. I'll have to try to figure something out. If and when, I should say, not if, when I will make this again. But when I make this again, be more conscientious of getting the resin down in there first, and maybe taking, like one of my silicone tipped tools here, and, poking it down. Once you pour the resin, what I was trying to do, if you recall, I was pouring the resin down in here first. So pour a little amount in there first, and then kind of run your tool or even your dotting tool. Just be careful not to scrape your mold. So it, excuse me, my nose is a little stuffy. So not to scrape your mold or your mica, but go in there and try to release your bubbles that way, and then pour the rest of your resin in. So that's probably what I would do next time. But other than that, I think color-wise, and you can, oh, hey, how, my center, you see how it's a little bit more darker? Remember I showed you that I added that little bit of black before blending in the brown, and then I kind of blended them together. So it came out just a little bit deeper than this section here. But other than that, wow, guys, the colors, see how they blended really nice? Very beautiful. Okay, well, that's it for today. And hopefully I can be up on sending you guys some more videos in the near future. I have lots and lots of footage. I just kind of need to sit down and get things together that I can edit them and put them together, because as we know, some of my videos are kind of long as we are learning different things. And I am glad that you are here learning them with me together. So let me know what you think of this. And again, shout out to Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out. And if you haven't seen any of her videos or seen the one that she had to this, I will link her, I will link it in the description below. And also all the products that I had used, I will also link in the description below. So, and if any of you have made this before and you have any tips or tricks in regards to not having these type of things happen, by all means, leave me a comment and let me know. I'd be glad to try this again, and hopefully, maybe next time it'll be in different colors, and see what we can come up with together. That's what we're here for, is learning together. All right, guys, have a good afternoon, and talk to you soon.